We all want to look our best, and Botox seems to be a growing trend, and you can get it done here at Destin Plastic Surgery. In fact, Bill Edelman is one of the best.
I'm just kind of compared in the top, 1 to 5%, I guess, in the country.
Just kind of. No big deal.
This is a really good example of what can be help to get rid of the lines, but also to prevent the lines from ever becoming deeper. This is a younger patient who, as you can see, when she's flexing the muscles of her forehead, she has quite a bit of movement, and there's a lot of lines that are showing. So by injecting her forehead with Botox, we're able to keep the forehead nice and smooth. The top is before, the bottom is about 2 to 3 weeks later after the Botox. It usually takes a good week for the Botox to have its full effect.
How long does Botox actually last, the effects?
Typically, the result will last 3 to 4 months. But if someone is using this often, maybe they do it every 3 or 4 months for a while, eventually what will happen is, over the years of doing it that way, you're basically going to train yourself to not use those muscles as much, so that when it does wear off, you seem like it's lasting longer because you just get used to not moving it.
And it can go in the forehead, into the crow's feet.
Yep, the other areas that we also can do are when people smile, you have the smile lines on the outside of your eyes. That will help kind of keep the outer edge of the eyes smoother so you don't see as much of the fine lines. Some of the other areas that Botox is being used, we can do some things around the mouth. Very small amounts can lift the corners of the mouth. We can help get rid of some of the vertical lines on the lips. But we want to use a really small amount of Botox when we're dealing with the mouth, so we don't cause problems with talking or smiling and that kind of thing. Some of the other areas that are really popular with women right now are some of the neck bands that people get when they kind of flex their neck a little bit. You can actually see the skin of the neck kind of lift off a little bit. By injecting that muscle is what's flexing with a little Botox, it'll allow the skin to flatten down, and it almost looks like they might have had a little neck lift. So some people are really happy about that procedure. Even some patients who have overactive sweating, we do quite a bit of Botox for underarms.
Now, here's the big question. Is it safe?
It's a very safe product, and a lot of people have the misconception that this is a poison. It's not actually a poison. It's really more of a protein that they've isolated from the bacteria and put in a very safe form. The Botox has been around since the late 80s, early 90s, and in all this time there's never really been any bad side effects or any problems with this. People run into problems where they start, if you go to a doctor who may not have bought the product in the U.S. with the FDA regulations, or maybe they tried to buy a bottle of live poison and dilute it themselves. But other than that, the actual Allergan Botox product is a very safe product to use.
So you just want to make sure you're going to a good doctor.
That's right. That's why you want to make sure you're going to a reputable place where they actually are using the products that they get right here in the country.
And this is Destin Plastic Surgery. And if you want to see one of the best, right over here, Bill Edelman. So come and see him.